Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet love to that subscribe button so you're not missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help you help someone else. Other than the good news stories that I always share first thing on my Friday morning Let's Talk Mental Health live streams, I do not typically discuss current topics here on the channel. We are bombarded enough these days with the news and everyone's opinions, and it just isn't conducive to optimal mental health. And to be honest, I largely avoid the news. However, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial is something that very much pertains to mental health, and as a survivor of abuse myself, I feel the need to say something. Let me start though by saying that while I have thoroughly enjoyed some of his work over the years, I am not a rabid Johnny Depp fangirl out to defend his honor. I am, however, a survivor of sexual abuse, narcissistic abuse, physical abuse, and I have been in long, vicious fights similar to the ones that have been shown through the texts or through the recordings during this trial. I'm also ashamed to say that I have been the one to dish out toxic behavior when I was in that darkness and I didn't know how to manage my symptoms. The problem that I have is a society that claims to be about equality and justice has an extreme double standard when it comes to abuse inflicted against a man. Despite staggering evidence, there is still a large number of people that still want to see Amber Heard as the victim and Johnny Depp as the perpetrator. Now, this isn't to say that Depp is a shining example of a stable person. He said during the trial, "The only person that I've ever hurt is myself." This is supported by a history of substance abuse, but this trial is not to prove that Johnny Depp is a saint, nor has he asserted this claim. It is to prove that he was not physically abusive toward Amber as she claimed. Between the multitude of lies and exaggerations that Heard has been caught in, and the evidence that suggests she, in fact, instigated these fights and, in many cases, flat out verbally and physically assaulted Johnny, I felt compelled to look past the innate prejudice that even I had to side with the woman in this case and really think for myself. Let's start with a few of the core lies and exaggerations that I was referring to. Number one, Amber claimed to use a color-correcting palette by Milani Cosmetics to cover up bruises that Johnny allegedly gave her. Abuse that she said took place during their time together, which was between 2012 and 2016. She went as far as to say, in fact, that she carried this palette everywhere with her. Milani Cosmetics, however, went public on TikTok to explain that the product that she claimed to have been using didn't even go public. It wasn't even released until 2017, making Amber's claim impossible. Now, as a female, I can attest that we intimately know the cosmetics that we regularly use. And if she didn't, there was no reason for her to suggest that she did. Details in stories tend to humanize the character being discussed. So offering up this supposed detail was an appeal to be more relatable. Number two, one of Heard's claims of sexual assault was actually a stolen account. Kate James, a former assistant of Heard, testified to the court. To my utter shock and dismay, I discovered that Miss Heard had in fact stolen my sexual violence conversation with her and twisted it into her own story to benefit herself. This, of course, caused me extreme distress and outrage that she would dare to attempt to use the most harrowing experience of my life as her own narrative. This displays a lack of empathy and a willingness to be dishonest in an extremely heinous way. Number three, Heard announced after her $7 million divorce settlement with Johnny Depp that she would be donating all of these proceeds to charity. More specifically, it was set to be divided between the American Civil Liberties Union to support legal action related to stopping violence against women and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. While the ACLU didn't want to comment, the Children's Hospital confirmed that they only received $100,000 of these purported donations, even after they had tried several times to contact her to find out what was going on. Amber wanted to appear that she had nothing to gain out of this court case so that people would believe anything she said without question. Then there's this video of Johnny slamming cabinets that Amber's defense tried to use to say that he was abusive and that she didn't feel safe and she felt that she was in danger. Does it show him drinking and getting angry? Yes. But at no point during that video did he ever lay his hands on her, and at no point during that video did she in any way, shape, or form indicate that she felt endangered. She was engaging him while he was trying to ignore her. He tried to take her phone away when he realized that she was recording him. But truthfully, if I found out that someone was trying to record me while they were trying to antagonize me at the same time, I would probably do the same thing. And I would wager that the majority of people have slammed and banged around at some point or another when they're angry. And it's interesting to note that at the end of this video, she smiles and laughs. This clip had many calling Johnny a narcissist, a term that is radically misused, but that is a topic for a whole other video. But the fact that he took her to court in the first place, knowing that it would spotlight his own faults, is something that someone actually living with narcissistic personality disorder would never, ever do. And then there's claims that Johnny left bruises on Amber or gave her black eyes. And these claims were refuted from eyewitnesses, including police, stylists, bodyguards, and housekeepers. There is, however, video evidence and witness testimony of Amber physically and emotionally, verbally assaulting Johnny. She's hit partners in the past. She even made Paul Bettany's 18-year-old son cry. Now, we're not talking a child. We are talking an 18-year-old adult. She made him cry. There are patterns in her behavior that are apathetic at best and manipulative and cold at worst. She has displayed a need for conflict, a pattern of calculated dishonesty, physical violence, a tendency to pursue Johnny during arguments when he tried to walk away from her, a fear of abandonment so strong that she would rather fight than break up, a need to be the center of attention, and gaslighting by trying to pretend that certain events didn't happen, thus making Johnny question his own sanity and reality, or by trying to make him think that he was hurting her when he was simply trying to disengage. These are red flags not only for a personality disorder, as confirmed by psychologist Shannon Curry, but of a toxic relationship. Truthfully, I don't think that Amber Heard thought that Johnny Depp would find his voice. She didn't expect him to stand up for himself because it meant that he would have to admit his own shortcomings, and this is just something that she doesn't seem to be familiar with. I think that she also thought, because of the atmosphere that's being created by well-meaning but hijacked movements like #MeToo and #BelieveWomen, that nobody would believe him. But Johnny fought back. Knowing that he would be doubted, mocked, and canceled, he fought back. Let this be the message taken from this trial. When someone tries to destroy you, when they take away the things that you have worked your butt off for, when they make up lies about you and try to paint you as a monster, when they turn people that you cared about and that cared about you against you, fight back. Truth and justice are prevailing in this case, and it's a breath of fresh air to see any survivor, but particularly a male, stand up and speak out. We should be talking about these things. We should be opening up. We should be standing up for ourselves. This is how we shatter the mental health stigma. And I just wanted to publicly thank Johnny Depp for doing just that. As a survivor, I believe you and I stand by you. If you need a safe space, I always encourage viewers to share your stories here in the comments. You deserve to be heard, and you deserve to know how lovable and worthy you are. Please also make sure to share this video because you never know who might need this perspective. I love you guys so much. I'll see you soon. Mwah.